Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to show you the tools I like to use in my workroom, and then specifically the tools that you will need for doing alterations. But before that, I want to let you know that I do have my list of videos that I will be working on that you have requested. I am leaving in about 4 days to go on vacation for 2 weeks, but I'm going to try and get as much as I can done and scheduled to come out every Thursday. Cross your fingers, hope I get it done. Those videos for the track pants and making a man's shirt will not be in those. Those are going to take a little bit longer, only because the track pants, I'm trying to decide, do I want to do this my way or an easy peasy way? And then seeing that they're lined, it's not going to be that easy peasy. And I kind of have to resolve that in my head before I can actually do the video. So if you want easy peasy for the track pants, let me know. And I'll just try to do it like that. Otherwise, you have to do the lining separately from the track pants, but whatever. But before we get started, I want to show you, I have a friend who makes jewelry. And she made this and she gave this to me, and I just wanted to give her a shout out because I love these. She was showing me her website, she was putting it together, and I think it's bohowest.com, but I'll leave the link in the description box below, so please give her a look on her website. Check it out, I would appreciate it. She's got some, it's all handmade, she does it all, and she chooses things right here. She goes and searches for sea glass and stones and stuff just from our local area. So it's really cool. Very simplistic, just really beautiful. I love her stuff, and that's what she gave me. So I just want to give her a shout out. So anyway, let's get started on the video. These are some of my favorite things in the workroom. Now, I had mentioned before there was one tool that I feel like that was overlooked and that comes with every sewing machine purchase. That was, I was mistaken on that. I actually have only purchased one brand new sewing machine. Either someone buys it for me and I make them something, which happened twice. My brother bought me one. My mom bought me my first. And then a cousin bought me two just because it was a good deal and she knows I love to sew. So I have been incredibly blessed in this area. So that thing I talked about was this. This is a leather punch, and I haven't really seen any videos on how to use this tool, but what I like about this is you can make eyelets out of it, which is awesome, and that's how I usually hear people describing this. The couple times that I did was talking about eyelets, but this also works on your belt. If you lose weight, you need to add another hole. You're gaining weight, you add another hole. Or like me, I have always had a problem with strappy shoes with the ankles being too big. And so I've always used these to put an extra hole in my shoe strap so that I can tighten it. So this is a really handy little thing. Anything you can imagine needing a hole like this for, it's awesome. So a hole punch, a leather punch, I'm sorry. The next thing is this. And now I just made my son a pair of pants, and this comes in really handy, turning those corners inside waistbands or corners of pockets or collars. These are really, really good. I used to use a sharpened pencil and run my pencil through the fabric, and that's not good. The next thing is this, and I think this is really underrated. People don't talk much about this, and this is wax. And I'll put a card up above showing you my video on how to wax your threads, because most people just like run the thread through the wax and leave it like that. But I show you a next step that just changes everything. So beeswax for your thread. This, I have been after this for a while. I have several, but they're not really pointy like these. And when I found this, I was so excited. I saw them on TV first, and I was really excited because I wanted one, because this is able to pierce through the fabric easier than the other ones. So I really, really like this one. They just look like little needles. That is a tracing wheel. When you're sewing, you are going to need tons of these. I will leave a link down below in the description box for links for all of these. And if you guys plan to buy these things, I would appreciate it if you would at least take a look at the links below, click through and see what they are. Because that would help me. If you guys purchase that way, that would be great and it would be helpful. If not, I understand. But at least take a look and see what they have to offer. So seam rippers, I used to get angry, not angry, I used to get frustrated because they get dull so fast. I'm like, why aren't these any better? Why do they get dull so fast? Well, then I realized because I am always ripping seams out. Always ripping seams out. So now I buy them like 5 at a time. The next thing is a bodkin. I don't know how many times I've used a safety pin to run my elastic through a waistband, and the safety pin actually open up inside, and that's frustrating. So this is really nice. You just open this, pull this ring back, put your elastic in here, close it, and they have the little teeth here. Close it and push the ring back down. And this is a nice size, like rounded blunt edge to push through your casing. Really good. And this is called a bodkin. Now this, now this is before when I was, you know, I think I was married and man, I couldn't have money at all. And so what I did, and I always wanted a clapper, and this one, what it does is when you iron your pants or your shirt and you want a crease in it, you iron it, you steam it, and then you push this on it, you lay it down on it, it absorbs the heat and the moisture and sets that crease. And I couldn't afford one like you see like in all the advertisements, so I just made my own. Had a piece of wood, trimmed it down, and sanded it, and that's mine, and I use it all the time. The next thing is a Rotary Cutter. It's such a lifesaver. You see my mat. This is the one I use. It is double-sided. This has a gray side with the dark gray here. The other side is dark gray with a light gray here. So it's just the opposite. These are good for long straight lines or nice gradual curves. I just love this. It saves your hands if you don't have a good pair of scissors. Just love it. Rotary Cutter. The next thing you need is chalk. Now I had mentioned that this one doesn't steam out and this one does. This one does on some garments also, but just not as well as the white. So, and this is the brand that I use. Okay, the next thing is my 6-inch ruler. And this is nice to have. Just 6 inches. If you're not working in the big area, you don't need a huge ruler, or in some cases, 18-inch ruler, whatever. So 6-inch ruler is awesome. I like this one. And there are 3 rulers, 3 rulers, this one and 2 others that I bought at Home Depot or Lowe's because they're cheaper than if you go to the fabric store. But I like this one because it has the cork on the back. When I was taking my fashion design classes and pattern making, my ruler would slide across the paper and I would mess up my lines, and that was really frustrating to me. It can also slide across your fabric, so having that on the back is really nice. And now this, if you don't want to hand wax your thread, you can buy these. I got these through a website called Wawak. They also sell on Amazon too, so I'll put the link down below. And by the way, these are affiliate links I'm putting down below. So I do make a little bit of, it won't be much because these aren't expensive items. I think this is $5 a piece, maybe a little under. But if you have Amazon Prime, you get free shipping. Now this is, I love this. Not only because it's a Tailors Ham. And I like this because when you're ironing curves like the curve of your jacket, this is really nice because it lays here and it has that curve. Another thing I like about it is if I'm doing a construction and I need like something's curved and I need to press the seam open, I will open it up and place pins here. That way my hands are free to do whatever I need to do with the iron. So this is really, really nice, really handy to have. They also have the sleeve roll, which is more narrow, that you can put in your sleeve. So it looks just like this, but long and thin. And I can't find mine. Okay, now this, I have been so excited about getting one of these. And my local store, this is the only one they had. However, if I had the chance to do it again, I would not get this one. I would wait and save for another one. The reason why is I was sewing some pants and I had to put the whole leg on here. And what happens is this right here will come up because there's not enough room right here for the whole garment, and then it collapses. So there are some you can find online, and sometimes it's a small board here and a small board here. It's like the wider and the more narrow, but it's connected by a piece of wood here. So all this is clear, so you have that whole space to put your garment onto your sleeve board. This is a sleeve board. So if this is all you can get, awesome. If it's not, I would go for the other one personally. Another one of my favorite things, and the most essential thing in your workroom besides your sewing machine, is your iron. This one is a hot steam gravity feed steam iron, and what I like about it is it's small. The handle is I can feel it's warm, it's on because I've been using it, but it weighs about 5 pounds. And the purpose of that is when you're pressing, instead of having to use your strength to press, the weight of the iron does it for you. So I was blessed enough to have this given to me by the company that I worked for. They were going to throw it out because the button was sticky. You hear the steam coming out. And when I lift off, sometimes it would stick and they didn't want to deal with it. So they were going to throw it out. And I said, give it to me. And so they gave it to me and I love it. And this is what I also want to show you is this foot or plate. It's a Teflon, I believe. And what that does is when you're ironing your suit, it's not going to get shiny like it would if you were ironing straight with the iron. So this is a very important piece for your iron. And you can see how it just sits down inside this plate or this foot, and this spring here holds it on. And again, there's the bottle. This stuff, I'm sorry, this stuff here is the filter for the water. So that is the iron. And so yeah, like I said, I'll leave links in the description box for all of these. Okay, now when I worked in the men's shop, the only things I needed to do my alterations were the iron, the chalk, the 6-inch ruler, the wax thread, and lots of seam rippers. And then of course the needles. If you guys want me to go over needles, I'll do that in another video. And of course your scissors. We didn't use rotary cutters, we used scissors, and these are basically the only items we needed in the shop. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you're notified when I upload more videos. Thank you. Bye.